Hey guys, what's up? It's Tanner, and today I'm going to tell you all about what I learned through my Infotech freelance, which was all about servers with Mr. Rose. If you can't tell, I'm in my computer right now, which is pretty awesome. And as I talk to you guys about what I learned, I'm going to be showing you some things on my computer screen. So, I guess we're going to start here. The internet is really just a system of servers all made up by a bunch of different collection of servers. Many of the websites you guys go on today, MySpace, Facebook, MSN, all of those are really, complex servers, and they've taken a lot of time to get to where they are today. But we're going to start out with the materials that you need for setting up a server like this. Here you can see we have materials. The first thing you're going to need is, obviously, you're going to need a little bit of cash flow. Money. You're going to have to buy your hardware, your equipment, everything that you need really to set up a server. You have to buy cables. We use Cat 5 because they're really the most common, and what we use around here in the school. Cat 5 cables. You're going to need hard drives, obviously, patch panels and switches, backups, and obviously your computer. What most people don't realize is you really need a lot more than just your computer. You need inputs, which is your mouse, your keyboard, mouse here, see, mouse, your keyboards, your microphone, whatever, your display, which is what you and I are looking at right now. It's the computer screen. You need security. You need a power supply, motherboards, and a CPU, your central processing unit. And we're just scratching the surface right now. You need all in all a lot more than just what I have here, but this is just your basics. So after you've gathered your materials, you have to take in really there's really a lot of things you have to consider when you're setting up a server and choosing the server that'll serve you best. First thing to consider is it user friendly? And having a nice, effective, high-powered machine is nice, but if your users can't use that, then what good does that do? Expandability. Will this product let you to expand in the future? Cost, obviously. Reliability, you want something you can count on. Initial setup time, how much time do you have to set up your product? Maintenance, how much work is it going to take to keep your product up and going? Speed of connectivity, accessories, storage, connectivity, which is kind of like speed of connectivity, but kind of expands those horizons a little bit in terms of who all can connect and where and when. Backup, troubleshootability. I made up that word, but it's kind of basically it says if a problem does go wrong, who's going to be able to help you fix that? Are you going to be able to troubleshoot that problem by yourself, or are you going to have to go and find outside help to solve that problem? Security, which is obviously a big, important, much focused on dilemma today. And open source compatibility, which is a little bit confusing, but basically that means, will your product allow you to buy expansion, or are you going to be able to get that expansion product for free? A good example is Microsoft oftentimes has very polished products, and they're well supported, but oftentimes you have to pay for that, whereas Linux, which you can see down here, is really an open source type of server where everything that you may need, any media player, you can download off the internet for free. Well, there's not support for this, and it may not always be as effective. You can't really be free. Anyways, after you've taken all those into considerations, you have to decide upon your server. You have essentially three main server types: Macintosh, which is what we use here at school; Microsoft, which I'm sure all of you have heard of, and one maybe you guys haven't heard of is Linux, which is like Ubuntu. Because of our budget, or lack thereof, we decided to go with Linux, and we all installed Ubuntu on these fine machines back here. As you can see, here's my baby, Fiasco. After we set up our Ubuntu software, we got a screen that looked very much like this. Terminal. Now, you guys probably don't know this, but all of you have a screen like this on your computer. Unfortunately for you guys, or probably fortunately for you guys, it's blocked, so don't try anything crazy with this. But anyways, here's our server, and as you can see, it's set up in the name, and it's set up in the format of, if you guys will look down here on my sticky note here, right here, user at host. So as you can see in our example here, this guy, this is not mine by the way, this is just an example I have, is JL Wallen at local host. When I set up mine on my computer back there, I use the name boss at boss work. So my name was boss, and I was in the host, or the server, boss work. Now after you have your username set up, and you've established a root, which is kind of still confusing for me, but basically a root lets you have the freedom you need to essentially do what you need to do on a computer. Now, what you see here is this black, on my screen you have this black screen, and it's really like what your computer does now, except with this nice dock, and you know, you have your icons and your mouse to follow and all these nice beautiful picture of mountains and such. This here basically does everything that your computer does without the glitz and the glamour and the ease. So what this does is, in this black screen here that I'm clicking on here, this will do anything that your computer does, except you have to know the text command to do it. So one of the ones I remember is CD, which stands for change directory, and essentially this is very, very important because this is set up as basically many different volumes of directories. One of the commands I actually successfully created was I created a folder. Now I honestly don't remember the command for that, but you would type in your command, something create folder, and then you would name that folder, and then without even being able to recognize it, you would have created a folder on your computer. However, since we were really quite lost and it takes a long time and a lot of effort to learn all these commands, we ended up getting a GUI. Right here, GUI, GUI, which stands for Graphic User Interface. This is what you're looking at on your screen here. I mean, as you can see, I have a dock. I have a mouse now. I can click on stuff, and it's really a lot easier, and it's a lot more, well, for most people, it's a lot faster to use. After we created this, we still used our terminal to essentially create a server. After a lot of confusion and help from Mr. Rose, Christina and I created a folder, and we could exchange that folder while being on completely different computers. So I guess that's essentially the beginning stages of a server. I mean, we successfully created a way to transport files without ever touching a jump drive, a floppy disk, anything like that. We just sent it over the internet, in essence creating a server. While we are not yet Facebook or MSN or anything, to us it was considered a great achievement because it was actually physical progress that we could see. So I guess I'm going to leave you guys at that for now. Save this, and the butter's rung, so I have to go to class. I'll be back later. Bye.